Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. I am so glad you're tuning in for this one. Today, we are diving into something, well, honestly, it's pretty mind-bending. We're looking at the hidden forces behind our creative lives, our daily work, and how we actually connect with the people we serve. You know that feeling when your mood just sort of bakes itself into the final result of a project? If you've ever felt that, you are already tapping into exactly what we're discussing today. We're taking some incredibly rigorous physics and translating it into everyday reality for creators, artists, and healers like us. So settle in, because we are exploring the physics of creative connection, and I promise you it's going to completely shift how you see your daily work.
Let's jump right into a deeply human experience. Picture this. You just sat down at your laptop in your quiet space to write, or maybe you're about to hop on a video call with a collaborator. But as you sit there, you realize you're still carrying the heavy, chaotic energy of a difficult conversation you had, like an hour ago. You're just holding on to it. And before you even type a single word, or before anyone on the screen even says hello, something just feels off, right? You feel that tightness in your body. And honestly, if you're perceptive, you know the other person feels it too. There's this undeniable thickness in the air.
Well, that lingering feeling, it isn't just a mood, and it's definitely not just a metaphor. That is entanglement. Let the intimacy and the literal weight of that truth land for a second. The heaviness you're experiencing in that moment isn't just trapped inside the isolated borders of your own head. It's actually a measurable feature of how our reality is woven together at the deepest possible level. You are literally watching the raw mechanics of the universe play out right there at your desk.
So let's break down the actual physics here. And don't worry, we're keeping it simple. Quantum entanglement is this wild phenomenon where two particles interact and basically become one single connected system. Once that happens, whatever happens to one particle is instantly reflected in the other. And I mean instantly. The absolute wonder here is that physical space, distance, and separation, they just become illusions. You could have one particle sitting in your studio and the other on the opposite side of the freaking galaxy, and they will still respond to each other in perfect, immediate sync. No lag time whatsoever.
Now, this idea was so profoundly unsettling that it bothered some of the greatest scientific minds in human history. Albert Einstein actually despised this concept. He famously called it spooky action at a distance. For him, the universe was supposed to be predictable, made of separate, isolated objects ticking away like a giant clock. I'm bringing this up because I want you to know this isn't just some woo-woo poetry meant to make us feel good. This is a documented, bizarre, scientifically confirmed fact of reality that literally kept Einstein up at night.
Because of this, we're looking at a massive, paradigm-shifting way of understanding our place in the world. The old classical worldview told us we're all completely separate. You're over there, I'm over here, and the gap between us is just dead empty space. But the quantum reality? It tells us we are interconnected relationships bound together, forming one single system. In this reality, absolutely nothing exists alone. We are continuously interacting, continuously weaving together into this shared energetic fabric.
And look, the science backing this up is rock solid. Back in 1935, Einstein completely doubted it. But then fast forward to 1964, Bell's theorem mathematically proved the world really is non-local. In 2015, loophole-free tests definitively confirmed the universe is undeniably entangled. And get this, just recently, in 2024, scientists actually measured entanglement forming in attoseconds. To put that into perspective, an attosecond is a billionth of a second. It's impossibly fast. The science is loud and clear. The idea that we are completely separate, isolated objects is totally shattered.
But how does all this subatomic physics actually bridge over to you sitting in your home studio or holding space for someone you're trying to heal? Well, Giacomo Rizzolatti, the discoverer of mirror neurons, points out that our nervous system is literally wired to catch the emotional state of whoever we're near, and that happens way before anyone even speaks a word. Think of your biology as this highly tuned antenna. It's doing at the macro level exactly what those particles are doing at the quantum level. We resonate instantly. We are biologically designed to entangle with the state of the people around us.
And here is a number that should completely change how you view your physical presence. 3 feet. The HeartMath Institute conducted this incredible research, finding that the human heart generates an electromagnetic field measurable up to 3 feet, completely outside your physical body. Think about what that actually means. When you sit across from a collaborator, or when someone walks into your creative space, your physical boundaries have already overlapped. It is a tangible field of energy that walks into the room before you do. Which brings us to this profound core realization. You are always transmitting. Whether you mean to or not, you are broadcasting. Through emotional contagion, through mirror neurons, and through the measurable electromagnetic field of your heart, everyone in the room is feeling it. And yes, even someone looking at you through a screen on a video call from miles away is physically and neurologically picking up on the coherence or the chaos of your internal state. You're basically a broadcasting station. The only question is, what exactly are you transmitting?
Let's map this directly onto your creative life and the meaningful work you do. You are deeply entangled with your creative collaborators. You're entangled with the people you serve and heal. You feel their shifts and they feel yours. You are even entangled with the unseen vision you're trying to bring to life. And yes, the physical, quiet space where you do your work actually absorbs and reflects your state. You are a continuously connected system with all of it. Absolutely nothing you do happens in a vacuum.
So the absolute crucial takeaway here is that your internal state is the actual field everyone around you is swimming in. The energy you bring to your laptop, to your healing session, or to your art isn't just some private matter locked safely inside your head. It is the actual, tangible environment for your creations and connections. If your internal state is a chaotic mess, the water everyone else is swimming in is turbulent. But if your state is clear and elevated, the water is calm, clear, and incredibly supportive.
This introduces a totally new way of working. In the old paradigm, we thought our primary creative act was just the stuff we did, the typing, the painting, the speaking, the output. But in the quantum paradigm, your primary creative act is the state of being you broadcast. If you follow Joe Dispenza's work, you know this deeply in your bones. The body is the unconscious mind. Your elevated inner state literally shapes your outer reality. The state comes first, and the physical manifestation of your work simply follows the energy you provide it.
Now, I get it. Realizing just how deeply connected we are can feel like a heavy responsibility at first. But actually, this mind-bending physics is a beautiful invitation rather than a burden. Consciously upgrading your state before you connect is literally the most powerful creative act you can take. This is what true field leadership looks like for people who build from the inside out. It's about taking joyful ownership of the energy you introduce into the entanglement, knowing you have the power to elevate the whole system.
So I want to offer you a gentle, practical challenge to really integrate this. Let's call it the weekly experiment. Sometime this week, right before your next significant creative connection, maybe it's a coaching call, a healing session, or just sitting down alone to write at your laptop, I want you to pause. Spend exactly 2 minutes deliberately elevating your internal emotion. Pull in some genuine gratitude, or coherence, or joy. Really breathe it into your body. And then just notice what shifts. Notice how the space and the interaction completely responds to you.
Because at the end of the day, every connection is a field event. You are never, ever just showing up for yourself. You are weaving this vast, interconnected tapestry with the meaningful work you do. You, your work, your vision, and the people you serve, you're all part of this shared, deeply connected wave function. When you elevate yourself, you literally elevate the entire entanglement.
I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought to take with you back into your creative space. Are you setting your field consciously? Remember, you are always transmitting. So take a moment today to master your creative energy, honor the environment you are building for others, and truly step into your own quantum potential. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I absolutely cannot wait to see what you create with this new understanding.